Good morning, dear listeners. Let's speak about the next module, which is called Integrated Course in Teaching Languages. So the first our theme is like introduction, an overview of skill segregation and skill integration. We have to put on our aim the main 4 tasks. So why should we integrate the 4 skills? What are the implications for teaching? And what are the limitations of integrating the 4 skills? So the aim of the issue, the aim of the integrated skills is the first one is to know the necessity of integrating the 4 language skills in ELT. The second one, to learn how to integrate the 4 language skills in ELT. And the third one is segregated skills instruction in the segregation skills approach. Let's find first of all the answer to the first question. Why should we integrate the 4 skills? So there are many situations in which we use during our communication more than one skills. For this reason alone, it's valuable to integrate the language skills, but there are other reasons why integration can be enhance the students' communication competence. Why should we integrate in ELT as an English language teaching? So this enhances the students' all-round development of communicative competence. To motivate the students to learn by building in more variety into the class. To work at the level of realistic communication. Above all, integrating the skills means that you are working at the level of realistic communication, at the level of conditions for language learning. What are the conditions for language learning? So conditions for language learning can be divided into 2, essential and desirable. So essential can be like exposure. It means that to a rich but comprehensive input of real spoken and written language in use. What is a use? Use of the language is to do things. It means to exchange the meaning according to the context. And what is motivation? Motivation, it is to listen to and read the language and to speak and write. It is the process also connected with exposure. Let's turn to desirable. Desirable connected with the instruction in language. It means the change, the focus on form. How we can integrate the 4 skills? So the easiest form of the integration is from the receptive to productive skills. The second kind of complex is integration. Receptive and productive skills. As we know, they are receptive skills, listening and reading, and productive skills, they are speaking and writing. Let's analyze it. It's also the explanation of the receptive and productive skills. What are the implications for teaching? Integration of the 4 skills is concerned with realistic communications. This means we are teaching at the discourse level. So discourse is a whole unit of communication text, either spoken or written. What are the limitations of the integration of 4 skills? We'll continue. It is necessary for teachers to maintain an appropriate balance between integration and separation, or we can say segregation. A limitation of integrating the 4 skills, it means that can be demanding of the teacher understanding discourse using textbook flexibly, can be time consuming, requiring a lot of preparation. What is a segregated skills? Segregated skill instruction. In the segregated skills approach, the mastery of the discrete language skills, such as reading and speaking, is seen as the key to successful learning. And the language learning is typically separate from the context learning. That was mentioned by Mohan. So this is contrary to the integrated ways that people use language skills in normal communication, and it clashes with the direction in which language teaching aspects and experts have been moving in recent years. Skill segregation is reflected in traditional ESL and EFL. So they often focusing the segregation language skills. Why do they offer such classes? So perhaps teachers and administrators think it's logically easier to present courses on writing diverse from speaking, or listening isolated from reading, or maybe believe that the instructionally impossible to concentrate on more than one skill at a time. The limitation of the integrating skills for skills, the teachers have been to maintain an appropriate balance between integration and separation. It will be time consuming, as I mentioned, than requiring a lot of preparation. Teachers have to be skillful in selecting or designing suitable integrated activities for their students. With a careful reflection and planning, any teacher can organize and can integrate any type of language and strengthen the tapestry of the language teaching and learning. When the tapestry is woven well, learners can use English effectively for communication. So being a good teacher, we have to be flexible, we have to be productive in order to integrate all four skills into one. Because without life skills, it's impossible to speak, it's impossible to do a communication. Thank you very much for your attention. By wishing you a good mood, take care of yourself. Goodbye.